This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. So yesterday we discussed, yesterday we discussed about what is service models, what is deployment models, and a little bit about the cloud computing. Uh, Now today we are going to start with the introduction of Azure, especially where we been going to journey for next 30 to 40 days. Let's start with the intro about the Azure and what are the services, what you need to do before you going to deploy the service. All that concepts are very important. That is what we are going to discuss today. Then we'll start the deploying one by one service and we'll go for further sessions. Okay, so first, before we go into the introduction of what else, what you will see in Azure services, especially we need to know about a little bit about Azure. Okay, so basically, Microsoft announced a name called Project Red Dog in the year 2008. In the year 2008, Microsoft announced a name called Project Red Dog, and officially Microsoft launched on February 1st, 2010 was Windows Azure. He announced in the 2010 Feb 1st with name called Azure. Earlier it used to call Project Red Dog and completely developed based on the cloud leader followed with AWS. Before Azure, we are having AWS into the market. So Microsoft also take the inspiration and designed a platform, cloud platform followed with the AWS followed with the AWS. And that time, AWS is the one of the leading cloud provider. Now, almost AWS and Azure are the both are the leading cloud platforms, leading cloud platforms. And even Microsoft is going to support various services. Even Azure is also supporting various services like VMs, networks, storage, Azure SQL databases, and lot of services. Almost 200 plus services Microsoft is supporting. Even AWS is also supporting 200 plus services. Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, all the cloud providers are almost supporting overall 200 to 250 plus services they are offering for us over the cloud in the form of services in the form of services. And you can see almost 60 plus reasons, you can see almost 60 plus reasons across regions where you can see the Microsoft Azure data centers, AWS data centers. You will see almost 60 plus regions. This is the old slide, so 54 regions. Now it's almost increased to 60 plus regions. So overall, you will see 60 plus regions, AWS data centers and Azure data centers across the globe. And all the cloud providers they are going to charge per hour, per hour. So how much you are using, okay, per hour they are going to charge per your services, based on your services, based on your configuration. So Microsoft is going to charge per hour. Even AWS or Google Cloud or Alibaba Cloud, they are going to charge per hour basis. But couple of services, like for example in especially in Azure, there is a service called Azure SQL database. Under Azure SQL database there is a service called serverless. You can deploy Azure SQL database with serverless. So when you deploy Azure SQL database serverless, Microsoft is going to charge per second basis. Okay, couple of services they will charge differently, but almost all the services they are going to charge hourly basis. Especially if you go for Azure SQL database and you are going to deploy in serverless, Microsoft is going to charge per second basis. Okay, so we are going to discuss that concept and we will deploy the Azure SQL databases under serverless. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? We'll see later, sir. So this is little intro about Azure. So uh, uh, Microsoft came up with a name called Project Red Dog in the year 2008, and he officially launched in the year 2010 with February 1st with the name called Azure. Okay, and completely he followed with the AWS leading cloud providers and various. So every cloud provider nowadays they are offering various services Not only VMs, not only network, not only storage. They're coming with the databases, they're coming with the tools, they're coming with a lot many other services like artificial intelligence, missile level language, programmatic languages. You can do n number of things in the cloud, sir. Not only only cloud means okay, not only dedicatedly for VMs and storage and network. No, sir, not only infrastructure. You can do lot of stuff. You can deploy in the PaaS platform, you can deploy in the SaaS platform, you can deploy in the IaaS platform. Based on your requirement, you can deploy your services in the various. And these services are throughout the global. Means you can deploy anywhere, almost 60 plus regions. You can deploy your services, your data, and you can access. And everyone they are going to charge per hourly basis. This is little intro about Microsoft Azure. And so, as usually, Microsoft is going to support lot of services like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, SaaS as a service, software as a service. I can't fit in a single slide. No one can fit in a single slide. Okay. Under this data center, under this data center, you can place a number of things. You can place n number of, like when you specially go to the infrastructure as a service, when you specially go to the infrastructure as a service, you can deploy the compute, nothing but servers, vms vms and containers. You can deploy the containers, you can deploy the VMs. And especially if you go to the storage, you can deploy storage account, you can create the disks. It can be SSD, it can be HDD, it can be Ultra SSD. Okay, when you go to the cloud, you can also deploy storage in Ultra SSDs. What do you mean by Ultra? Means almost like per second you can transfer 1.8 to 2 GB per second. Per second you can transfer 2 GB, the speed, throughput. Okay, when you go to the cloud you can we'll see, sir, all this part in one by one. Okay, so we'll discuss about the VMs, we'll discuss about complete storage, because even you are a SQL database administrator, why we need to learn means nowadays we are keeping backups in the storage in the Azure cloud. Okay, how to perform the backups to Azure cloud, what are the best practices. Even when you are migrating your databases, we will use Azure storage cloud to migrate the databases. So we will discuss complete about the storage, along with we'll discuss about the disk, standard disk, manager disk, share disk, okay, along with the storage account. These four components we'll discuss under the storage. And when you go to the networks, again, we are not going too much internals about the networks, but we'll go for decent how much you need. That is the stuff we will discuss. Like virtual networks we'll discuss, load balancers we'll discuss, DNN I will walk through. Okay, DNN and I will walk through, and VPN gateways also we will discuss. VPN gateway we will discuss over the and point to site we'll discuss, and site to site also we are going to discuss. What is the point to site, what is the site to site, how to create the network tunnels, all that stuff we are going to discuss. Okay, and these service are common for infrastructure as a service, or either you go for AWS, or you'll go for Alibaba Cloud, or you'll go for Google Cloud. These are the three common services falls under infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Clear, everyone? Clear? No? Yes?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Now, when you go to the PaaS platforms, okay, when you specially go to the PaaS means we don't have any control on the operating systems, or in a simple terms, okay, booking a hotel is a PaaS platform. You can use whatever the service they are going to offer. Correct? It is not your own, but you can use that one. You can use whatever the product, whatever the services they are offering for you. If you once you book a hotel, right? Like same platform as a service, also same. You can use the service, okay, until up to what time you want. You can use it. After that, you can destroy the service. Means you can delete the service. No need to pay anything, sir. like a platform as a service, means there is no infrastructure, means you don't have any control on operating system. If you go to the PaaS, you don't have any control on the operating system when you specially go to the PaaS platform. Okay, now especially when you go to the PaaS platform, we are going to discuss Azure SQL database, Azure Stress database, and Azure MI, Azure MI. Along with we are going to discuss about the metrics, alerts, all that stuff. But again, going forward, okay, Subbu sir, I'm good at SQL DB now. Okay, so next, what is my future? So whether I need to go for data science or I need to go for missile level language or artificial intelligence. So which technology I need to choose after i- if my experiences keep on growing. Here two choices are I can provide you. One is multi database management system. One is you can go for Azure data engineer. You can go for Azure data. That is up to your wish, sir. Okay, you can choose two technologies. One is either you can go for multi database like SQL with Oracle, SQL with PostgreSQL, SQL with Oracle, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. Okay, you can go for this type of multi database management systems that will fit for your resume weightage and you are comfortable, sir. But I don't want stick with the DB. I wanted to go for development. Okay, I am good at the development. Now I am stable. So see, before you start the career, you are having lack of confidence, lack of money problem, and some family background. You want some job. You enter into the IT. Now you stable. Now your family got stable. You got stable. Everyone is stable now. Now you are now showing some interest to learning. In that scenario, if you are loved for coding, then you can go for Azure data engineers. Azure Data Engineer. So under Azure Data Engineer, okay, Azure Data Factory, okay, Azure Data Warehouse has been deprecated, sir. There is no more Azure Data Warehouse. Now completely Microsoft redesigned with the Azure synonyms. Okay, so Azure Data Factory, Azure synonyms almost the same, but Azure Data Factory is like a tool, but Azure synonyms is like a database. It's a game changer, sir, actually. Azure Synonyms is a game changer because here we need to use Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Data Lake as a separate services. But what Microsoft done, right? Microsoft integrated everything under one thing. That is nothing but Azure Synonyms. Okay, this is old image, sir. That is the reason you are saying Azure Data Warehouse. Now there is no more Azure Data Warehouse. There is a new service called Azure Synonyms, which is the game changer now. Whatever you do in the Azure Data Factory, everything you can do in Azure Synonyms. Azure Synonyms. So if you wanted to become Azure Data Engineer, okay, either you are going for Azure Synonyms or you are going for Azure Data Factory, almost the same only, sir. Azure Data Factory is the major component. Okay, major component. And but not only with Azure Data Factory, okay, uh, you want make some automation, sir. That time you need to learn Azure Databricks. Okay, now this is the game changer now for entire database engineers, data engineers. Okay, you must and should know about the Azure Databricks because your resume weightage need to be increased. Okay, with simply if you are learning Azure Data Factory is a very easy tool, sir. If you simply going for Azure Data Factory, no, definitely means in the starting journey, okay, it's fine. But whenever your experiences keep on growing, so for example, you already been worked for a SQL DBA for almost 5 to 6 years. Okay, now I I I wanted to switch the technology. Okay, now you started learning Azure Data Factory. That is little bit easy because there is no coding. You should know understand about how the designing the pipelines, all that stuff. It's a little bit easy. But if you wanted to make automation, you need to go for Azure Databricks. If you wanted to go for Azure Databricks, either you wanted to use .NET or you can use R language or Python language, PySpark, SQL. SQL is a mandatory, sir. SQL development is a mandatory. And if you know the Python, very well. If you know the Python, you can write the code in the PySpark. Spark. PySpark, sir. Okay, so that is a little bit complex in the entire data engineer, Databricks and PySpark means Python. There you should learn the coding, sir. Okay, these are the tools like HD Insights is one of the important, and Azure Data Lake. Okay, Azure Storage Account, Azure Data Lake. Okay, just in time being, if I'm having time, I will cover the Azure Data Lake as well, sir. There is um nothing we need to see additionally. A little only we need to select that option. So when you are creating Azure Storage Account, you need to just select this option. Okay, then that storage account will become Azure Data Lake. Otherwise, it will be traditional storage account. It will be traditional storage account. If possible, if I'm having time, I will cover the Azure Data Lake, and I'm going to take one session in Azure Data Factory. Okay, but again, time beings are all these are time beings. Okay, so if you wanted to become Azure data engineer, I don't want in the DBS stuff for working for 24 by 7. I wanted to switch it to development, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, PySpark, Azure Data Lake, HD Insights, and Logic Apps, Logic Functions. Uh, yeah, enough, sir. These services, Logic Functions, Logic Apps, HD Insights. HD Insights is a little bit complex. Azure Databricks is a little bit complex, sir. These are the services for your next generation. Okay, if you are interested, again, I don't want all this development stuff, these many tools. Let's stick with the multi. So because you already been journey for almost 5 to 6 years or 7 years in SQL Server DBA, you it's easy to learn the PostgreSQL DBA, MongoDB, Oracle DBA, sir, because a comparison. So how you will create a database in SQL, how you will create a database in PostgreSQL, how you will create a login in SQL, how you will create a login in PostgreSQL. If you compare, it will become so easy. Hope you are getting, sir. Everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That is what
Sir,
my
one
main
doubt, one more doubt.
intention.
For Azure,
Yes.
Azure Data Factory also is related to DBA related, okay? For Azure Data Factory.
No, sir, but there will be dedicated team will be available, but you should know little bit knowledge, sir. That is what my main intention. Okay. So most
Okay.
probably 2024, I will come up with a data engineer. I planned for August, this August, but I'm bringing PostgreSQL for next 6 months. After that, I will go for maximum. I can go for data engineer next year. Beginning will start with the data engineer. So once I take the SQL DB with the Postgre, then I can go for different technology because I'm working Azure DevOps, designing the pipelines, Azure Data Factory a little bit, but I need some more time to get more chance to work in real world. Then only I can take the sessions. Simply I can't go and take the sessions, right? But almost next year. Next year I will start with Azure Data Engineer. I will let you know because all our SQL Azure SQL Champ team. Okay, we are a team. I will let you know, sir. Definitely. If I'm coming with a new technology, but I will come up with related to SQL only. I don't go for outside the SQL. It's very tricky for us. Being we are a SQL engineers, okay. So we will stick with the SQL around SQL only. We have a lot of tools, sir. Why again I need to go for different to spend more time. Hope you are getting. Okay, so and we will discuss about Azure Active Directory. This is also very important. I will compare on-premises Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. Under Azure Active Directory, I will discuss about Azure Active Directory. I will discuss about what is C2C, what is B2C. But again, sir, you never get a chance to work with Active Directories in real world. Okay, sir, that's what in real world you never get a chance to work with the Azure Active Directory or Active Directory, sir, because that service is more sensitive, more critical services like human brain, sir. Like how our brain will works, Active Directory will also work same, sir. If our brain dead, you'll go for Goma, correct? Like Active Directory down, entire project will go for Goma only, sir. Okay, simple, just for funny. Okay, how our brain will work, right? Active Directory will also work same. So I will discuss about Azure Active Directory, on-premises Active Directory. Okay, and I will discuss about how to enable multi-factor authentication, how to connect SQL Server using multi-factor authentication, and we will discuss about Azure Key Vault in the session, sir. Very important, Azure Key Vault. We will discuss about almost we'll discuss 7 to 8 services, sir, apart from SQL. Okay, but again, you may not get chance to work all these service in real world. But again, uh, mm, these are very important if you wanted to become strong in clusters, if you wanted to strong in load balancers, if you wanted to strong in always on availability group. Okay, you wanted to strong in technical, sir. Uh, Again, you should understand the concept what is happening in the back end real world. Then only you can understand easily, okay, this is what we are going to do in the sequel. Oh, lot of things are being done by different teams in real world. On top of that, we are also a part of one team. Windows team will build the servers, storage team will take care the storage, network team will take care the networks, active directory will take care about the active directories. but but when from Monday onwards, you wanted to build the clusters, you wanted to build always on availability group. Is anyone is available? Windows team is available, storage team is available, network team is available, active directory team is available for us? No, we need to become all of them. Now you need to become the Windows team, you need to become the storage team, you need to become the network team, you need to become the active directory team. Whatever they are doing, again, 100% we are not doing, but at least 50 to 60% you are doing. Then only you will become strong in configuring clusters, configuring always on, configuring domain controllers, what is DNN, what is DNS, domain network name, all this stuff you can understand, sir. Okay, but you need to bear with me a lot of time because to build the clusters itself, we need to take almost 3 to 3.5 hours, or sometimes it may go for 4 hours. But once we are discussing cloud, right, maximum we'll spend 3 hours. Okay, because if you wanted to become a strong in all this, sir, I need to show one by one. Okay, I will discussing, I will go for practical, discuss theoretical, practical, theoretical, practical, and again, sir, everything will be live demo from scratch. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it about all the services. Again, there are a lot of services. Okay, uh, in Azure, Microsoft Azure is providing. Okay, we'll discuss, sir, one by one. Before that, let me go into the note. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts in this slide? Very important, sir. Whatever we are discussing in next 40 days, along with migration, sir. Okay. Patches. Most of the people is asking. Super sir will discuss about the patching. Real world patching. I will discuss, sir, with troubleshooting. A simplest shortcut troubleshooting also I will explain. Okay, you no need to worry. You will become one of the expert in applying the patches in a faster mechanism troubleshooting, sir. Okay, because uh, I got opportunity to apply the patches for almost 3,000 servers. We used to apply the patches 500 600 servers per a week sometimes. Okay, uh, because massive environment we are maintaining, we maintain massive environment. So 3,000 4,000 is not a small infrastructure, sir, for SQL DBS. It's a massive infrastructure. Okay, so I got opportunity all this to work with agile methodologies, what is scrum masters, product owners. All I will explain you in our next 40 days session. Bear with me, you should try to join live sessions. Okay, that is one of the best habit, sir, everyone. Because Whatever the doubts you are getting, you should clarify. Otherwise, no use if you go for recordings. Okay, just come up with all your questions, doubts, whatever the people who are already having experience. Okay, the people who are learning, okay, it's very difficult to raise the questions, but the people who are already having experience, get all your questions ready. We will discuss from Monday. Okay, so we'll start with the
Since,
clusters followed with always. Yeah.
sir, IoT of the SQL Server is same as for the Azure, or it is a different?
No, same, sir. See, IaaS on-prem both are same only.
Okay, okay,
Sir, IaaS is nothing but someone else data center. That's it. That is someone else data center.
sir.
Apart
As you
from everything, yeah.
we are connecting that Azure database with the SSMS,
Oh, Azure
and we connect.
database is
Yeah.
something different. PaaS is something different. Don't compare with PaaS.
o-
Just
Okay,
make
okay,
a side a PaaS. Okay. Stick with IaaS
okay,
first. First, next week we are completely in the IaaS platform only. Later on, we'll go to the
okay,
PaaS platform. Later on,
okay,
we'll go to the PaaS platform. In IaaS, we'll discuss everything, sir. So that's the
okay,
most of the doubt, right? Sir, Subbu sir, in on-premises, we are doing log shipping, we are doing mirroring, we are doing. That's the reason I told you same thing in Azure only, right, sir? Okay, for your
okay,
batch, we configure log shipping in IaaS, IaaS only, sir. Everything we
okay,
configure in the Azure only. Okay, if you are
okay,
configuring on premises, if you are configuring on Azure, there is no different. But when you go for clusters, when you go for always a little bit different, sir, a little bit different. That is what we wanted to discuss internal. Okay, we will discuss what is the
okay,
difference you will notice and how to overcome, how to simplify. Okay, all that stuff we'll see with the live demos and theoretical live demos.
okay, sir.
But log shipping, mirroring, replication, आराम से sir. That's the reason we done everything in the cloud only. Okay. So how
Okay,
on premises will work? Take my laptop is on premises, sir. For your simple, my laptop is on premises. We done log shipping mirroring in my laptop. Same. When you go to the cloud also same. There is no difference. But especially when you
okay,
go to the clusters, when you go to always on, you will see a little bit different. That is we are going to cover from Monday.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Questions? Good. Any other questions, sir?
So this can you please just give us some walkthrough on Azure automation, which is linked with SQL relation?
Um, Azure automation.
Answer the same.
Oh, automation we will discuss, sir. Like how to automate for PaaS environment. Especially for IaaS, no need, sir, because you are having control on the infrastructure. How you will do an on-premises, same thing you will do in the cloud as well, in the IaaS platform. But especially when you go to the PaaS platform, if you wanted to make automation, I will show you two approaches. One using Azure Elastic Jobs, one using Azure Automation Account. Got it, Avinash?
No problem.
Mm, yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yesterday you told that other service is a hourly basis charges, but for the SQL that charge for the per second basis. So any specific reason that this service
Yes,
charge?
sir. There is a separate that service is little bit different. Okay, please be mute, Avinash. Okay, so that service is a little bit different. The working nature is a little bit different. Okay, that we will discuss when we are deploying Azure SQL database, Amit. Okay, so when you specially go to the Azure SQL database under general purpose, okay, there is a concept called serverless. When you go for serverless, why Microsoft is charging for second basis means how to brief, sir, again. The people who are first time listening, no problem, we will discuss in the live session. Okay, so what will happen means, so for example, this is your Azure SQL database, Azure SQL. So Azure SQL DB, so you are choosing 4 week course, 4 cores, okay, and 32 GB of RAM, for example, sir, 32 GB of RAM for this Azure SQL database. So this is pre-allocated. This is completely allocated for you only. Means no other can use this 4 core and 32 GB of RAM in a generic, in a traditional. But if you go for serverless, if you go for serverless, okay, for example, your application, take your application, sir. Your application is using only 8 hours out of one day. In one day we will use only 8 hours. Rest all that hours is free. No one will access, nothing will perform. So but Microsoft is going to charge per hour basis. Even you are using, not using, once you deploy Azure SQL database, Microsoft is going to charge per hour basis. So for example, you know that your application will work for only 8 hours, only 8 hours per day, and you no more, no connections, no one will use after 8 hours. Okay, in that scenario you can also go, and that is a medium scale application, sir. You can go for serverless. When you go for serverless, whatever the resources you allocated, like four cores and 32 GB of RAM, for example, to this Azure SQL database, Azure SQL DB, okay, if no one is connecting, so you will set some time frame. If no connection between 1 hour, okay, 1 hour, after 1 hour, this CPU, this memory will be deallocated from your database, and someone can use this 4 cores and 32 GB of RAM. This will deallocated. Again, when it will resume means, again when you start the connection, when someone start the connecting to the database, again this 4 cores and 32 GB of RAM will be allocated, allocates. So the first time who are running the query, you may notice little bit performance, because currently there are no resource. So once you start establishing the connection, it will get the resources, right? It will take little bit time. Only first connection may notice little bit performance. So this is one of the reason why they are going to charge per second basis. I hope you got it, Amit.
Yes, thank you.
We'll discuss that. I will. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this is about the services, sir. And there are a lot of services we'll discuss in a while. Okay. And when you go for Azure portal, sir, Azure portal, old, sir. So for example, again, whenever you are, every time we used to search something in the Google or something in the YouTube channel, something in the blogs, correct? So whenever you see that https manage.windows.azure.com. This is the old portal, sir. No more. And whenever you see this kind of template, this is also old template. Means you are referring old blogs, you are referring old videos. Try to avoid that blog. Try to avoid that video, sir. Okay, this is old. No more. There is a blog called manage.windows.azure.com, sir. Now completely Microsoft redesigned with the name called https portal.azure.com, portal.azure.com, and this is how your template looks like. This is how your template looks like, sir. Earlier, this is how the template. Okay, earlier this is how the template, but this is the new template. Now, if you wanted to connect to the Azure portal to access the service, to deploy the service, to create the service, to do whatever you want, sir, you need to connect with the portal.azure.com, portal.azure.com, and this is how your portal looks like. So please refer new portals. Whenever you are referring blogs, whenever you are referring videos, whenever you are referring something, sir. So when, in case you see this kind of templates, this kind of blogs, you are referring old, please avoid that blog, please avoid those kind of videos. This is old. Maybe lot of changes has been done after this session. Okay, try to go for the new blogs, new videos. Okay, that is a one size sensor. Again, in real world, you may ask one question, Super sir, in real world also I will open portal.azure.com, sir. No, sir. No. Okay, no. Couple of organization will use portal.azure.com, but couple of organization they will redesign the portal. Means, for example, You are working for a Nike project. For example, you are working for Nike shoes, right? So Nike project. Okay, so they will design https dot portal dot nike.com. They can redesign the DNS. They will change the names or portal names, and whenever you open, you will see the Nike brand, and you will see the user ID, you will see the password. So your portal URL may change. Please, how you are going to connect to the portal means don't tell portal.azure.com in the interview. If you're telling portal.azure.com, maximum they feel that you are not a genuine guy. Okay, so we will use our customized portal. Simple answer, sir. We will use our customized portal, not portal.azure.com. A simple answer, sir. Don't tell portal.nike.com. Don't tell portal. Something. Okay, don't tell anything. Customize URL. So we are going to use our customized URL with our branding logo. With our branding logo. That's it, sir. Simplest answer. I hope you understand, sir. In real world, you may not get chance to work with portal.azure.com. That can be customized as per your need. Microsoft will customize the URL. Okay, but here it will be almost same only, sir. But the portal can be changed in real world. But if someone is asking what is the portal you will, what is the URL you will use to connect to the Azure means, don't tell portal.azure.com. We will use customized URL along with our project logo. That's it, sir. Simple answer. Okay, but when you are doing practice everything, you need to connect with the portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. Clear, sir? Clear? Not clear? So this is the how the portal you need to open, sir. Portal.azure.com is the new portal. We'll connect, sir. We'll see. Now, every cloud provider they are going to provide the free trial. Every cloud provider they are going to provide the free trial, sir. Okay, so Microsoft is going to provide 1 month, as AWS is going to provide 1 month, and Google Cloud is providing 3 months. GCP will provide 3 months, sir. Okay, 3 months, and Alibaba Cloud is also providing 1 month. So almost all the cloud providers they are going to provide the free trial. Almost they are going to provide the free trial. Free trial means so whenever you go and create account, whenever you go and create account, okay, you will get $200. You will get $200, approximately 15,000 Indian rupees, sir. Earlier, it is our currency is a little bit low. Now, that time that is 13,700 and something. Now the currency has been increased, right? Now it is almost 15,000 rupees. Microsoft is providing to you, and that is too good for 1 month. Okay, that is too good for 1 month, sir. You can use all the services, but there are limitation in especially Azure, sir. I am not sure. Okay, why Microsoft is doing that stuff because there is a limitation. He's telling that you can use Linux machine, Windows machine, blah 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 something, but there is a limitation. There is a limitation. That is one of the biggest challenge in free trial. There is a limitation, sir. But when you go for AWS, when you go for Google Cloud, when you go for Alibaba Cloud, maximum there is no limitation, sir. There is no limitations. But when you specially go to the Azure, there are limitations. Okay, so those limitations we'll see one by one. Okay, so but Microsoft is telling you can use the product for 12 months with 750 hours. But again, sir, after 1 month, whatever the amount credited to your account by Microsoft, that will okay, that will disable, sir. Disable means no use. Either you can use the same account by converting pay-as-you-go model, or sir, if you go for pay-as-you-go model, Microsoft going to charge. Till now, Microsoft won't charge any single rupees, sir. Microsoft will charge only 2 rupees. Google Cloud will also charge 2 rupees. AWS will also charge 2 rupees, and they won't take your amount from your credit card, sir. You need a credit card. Again, I am telling, please don't waste your free trial accounts. That is my request, sir. Please don't waste your free trial account. I can give you a simple trick. Okay, make a group, sir. Okay, make a group. Two to three people make a group, or two people or three people make a group. Okay, for example, Chandra, Avinash, Anil is one group. Okay, Chandra is having credit card, Avinash is having credit card, Anil is having credit card. So first month Chandra will create a free tail account and he will grant the permission to Avinash and Anil. Okay, but don't fight, sir. I need to practice, I need to practice. Okay, especially give some time. So for example, Chandra is practicing cluster. Give 3 days, take 2 to 3 days to practice cluster. Once you complete, tell to Avinash to practice cluster. Once he complete, tell to Anil to practice cluster. You can practice other concepts, sir. Okay, after every three people practice the cluster, you can go for always on. And Chandra practice always on for 3 days. Avinash will practice for 3 days. Anil will practice for 3 days. So after 1 month, Avinash will create one more free trial account, and again three people will start working. Again same. After 1 month, Anil will create one more free trial account, and he grant the permission, so that you are getting 3 months free trial account. So which is the best? But if you are creating individually, and if you are sitting idle, you are not telling to anyone, no use, sir. Again, that is not a team spirit. Straight away, I'm telling, sir, if you take negative, also no worries. That is not at all team spirit, and you are wasting. Uh, you can work with only 1 month. Later on, again you need to ask someone. Correct? Okay. Don't waste your free trial account. I am just you no need to share your credentials, sir. Your login name, your credentials. So you are having 3 months of time. You can practice. Again, one more hint, sir. So for example, uh, this month you are having some vacation. You in your home you are having some vacation, or you are going for any other trip. Okay, you won't be available for 10 to 15 days. Then don't create the free tail subscription that time also. After once you back from vacation, you can start, sir. Videos will be recorded, that will be available in our YouTube channel. You can go and watch anytime. Okay, so in case you are having some work or something, you are busy in this month, you won't get chance to practice, don't create the free trial account. Create the next week, next month, sir. So you can ask anytime doubts. I told many times, you can ask anytime doubts in the discussion group. I hope all the parts of discussion group. Okay, so that is a one more hint I can tell you, sir. So don't waste the free trial account. Yep, I hope you are getting right. So I will let you know, sir, when you need to create the free trial account. That time you can start creating, sir. Again, please don't create right away. Right away, don't create, sir. Again, you are having time. Even someone will tell, oh, I wanted to get the job on urgent basis. Okay, sir. Practice. Practice only when you get real world. Means whenever you go to the real world, you get a chance to build the clusters only, you will build the clusters. So you need to get the concept. First, you should understand the concept, not practical, sir. If you understood the concept, practical makes so easy. A little bit different, sir. You should understand the logics. You should understand the concepts. Okay. First understood the concept. Okay. Then go for live demos. Clear, everyone? So hold until I will tell you, sir, when you need to create the free trial account. Okay. Then you can, because I don't want waste uh, free trial accounts. Everyone. Okay. Hope you understood. I know how hard for me. Every batch I'm requesting free dialogue, because whatever the credit cards, my friends, my colleagues, Sai friends, Sai colleagues, all the credit cards we use. Okay, now no more credit cards to create the free trial account for any batch. We will request the students only, and most of the students are helping me, and I really thanks to everyone who helped me. I will remember their names, sir, definitely. Okay, so last batch, the name, okay. She don't have a credit card. She took his brother credit card and she given his email address and password, personal email address and password. I really appreciate her. Okay, again, sir. Here teamwork is very important. Don't waste your free trial subscriptions. Okay, clear everyone? No? Yes? No, sir. That is up to your wish. Okay, I'm just giving a hint. Okay, uh, you need to work as a team. That is up to your wish, but work as a team, sir, so that you can practice for 3 months. You can practice for 3 months. You can practice for 4 months. You can practice for 5 months. You can practice for 6 months. Sir, creation, deletion, it won't take more time in cloud. Not like on premises, sir. Creation, deletion won't take. Okay, 1 week you can practice for clusters. 1 week you can practice for always on. Okay, but again, there are limitations. That is only one thing in challenge in Azure. Okay, so once you create account, again, sir, what account, Subbu sir, I need? What account I need to create the accounts in the portal? For example, sir, you need Outlook, Hotmail, Hotmail, and Skype account also you can use, sir, along with your official email means, for example, you are working for an organization, Infosys, TCS. So you can use that account and you can also create a free trial subscription. You can use that account and you can also create a free trial subscription. So you can use official email, you can use Skype account, you can use Hotmail, you can use Outlook. So for example, sir, Subbu sir, I need to create now Outlook on Hotmail. No need, sir. If you're having a Skype account, you can use that Skype account. You can use that Skype account to log in into the portal. To log in into the portal. If you wanted to log into the portal, you need any one of this email. Either Outlook, either Hotmail, either Skype, either official email. You can connect to the portal. You can connect to the portal. Monday I will show you, sir, how to create the free trial subscription. Okay, clear? So these are the three accounts you need to connect to the portal, and you will get, by default you will get the $200. That is nothing but 15,000 Indian rupees. Who are connecting from India, you will see 15,000 rupees. Who are connecting from US, you will see $200. Okay, now, so once you connect to the portal, okay, so in AWS, in Google Cloud, sorry, in AWS you can directly go and deploy the services. In Google Cloud, you need to create a project and you can deploy the services under the project. But when you specially go to the Azure, so now this is completely for Azure, sir. Okay, whatever we are discussing today, this is strictly for Azure, not for AWS, not for Google Cloud, not for Alibaba Cloud. Again, these concepts are strictly for Azure. Okay, so once you connect to the portal, okay, once you connect to the portal, so once you, for example, once I connect to the portal.azure.com. Okay, okay, once you connect to the portal, the first thing you need to do is the create the subscription. You need to create a subscription first. Once you connect to the portal, you need to create a subscription. Without creating subscription, you can't do anything in the Azure. Means you can't create the resource, you can't deploy the resource, you can't do anything, sir. You can connect to the portal, you can see whatever the services Microsoft is offering, but you can't do anything from the portal or from the command line. You can use PowerShell, you can use shell script, you can use Python, you can use R language to make automation on Azure portal. That is also you can't do if you don't have any subscription. So first, you need to create a subscription. First, you need to create a subscription. So, Azure subscription provides the capabilities to create deploy, and run Azure cloud services like virtual machines, containers, Azure SQL database in a portal. Sir, if you want to do anything in Azure, you need to create Azure subscription. Either it can be free trial subscription or you can go for pay as you go subscription. Okay, you need to first create the subscription. Without subscription, you can't do anything from the portal. You can't do anything from the portal. Okay, not only portals are from command line, anything, sir. You can't do anything without subscription. So first you need to create a subscription. Okay, if you don't have an Azure subscription, you can't use any of the Azure services. You can't use any of the Azure services. Means without subscription, nothing, sir, you can't do. Without subscription, nothing. Okay, Azure subscription is a container. It's a container, sir, for all your Azure resources. So whatever the resources you are going to use, whatever the resources you are going to use, it will act as a container. It will act as a container. So it will do lot of stuff, sir. Again, uh, really I need to remember all this stuff, Subbu. No need, sir, because you are not handling all this stuff. Azure admin people will handle all this stuff. One second. Okay, Azure admin people will take care all this stuff, but you should know little bit knowledge, sir, because whenever you are deploying services in real world, you should little bit careful under which subscription I need to deploy. So you can create one subscription, you can create n number of subscriptions. So whenever you are creating n number of subscription, which subscription I need to deploy my resource is very very important, sir. Okay, so please be careful. Resource subscription you need to remember, sir, but you won't get a chance to create in real world, but in real world Azure admin people will create the subscription. You no need to worry, but you should know the logic. Okay, Azure subscription will act as a container. That is the first thing. Azure subscription is a billing boundary. Billing boundary. What do you mean by billing boundary means? So, for example, you are going to use a lot of services, sir. Whatever Microsoft is offering, like Azure VMs, Azure Network, Azure Storage, Azure Cosmos DB, Azure SQL Database, Azure MI, Azure Synonyms, Azure Data Factory, blah 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 something. Okay, so you need to pay amount to the cloud, right? You need to pay right to the Microsoft, who is going to give free, sir. So it is a billing boundary. So for example, to understand easily, okay, so for example, you are having prod subscription, you are having dev subscription, you are having test subscription. So for prod subscription, you will go for 3 years payment. Every 3 year you will pay at one shot. For dev, you will go for every 1 year. For test, you will go for every 1 year. So billing, so you can go and see how many resources I'm using on the prod subscription, and what is the charges, how much, what is the bill for this year. You can get all that information with help of subscription easily, sir. Easily, I will show you, sir. Okay, I will show you. So uh, for example, if you go to the subscription, this is my free trial subscription which is expired yesterday. Okay, if you go to the subscription, okay, see, sir, here you can see the cost analysis. Okay, when you go to the cost analysis, you will see what are the resources I been used, what is the cost of the resources, so that you will get one idea, okay, how much amount I need to pay. So billing boundary, and you can also restrict. And these are the donuts graphs, sir. Technically, you should call it as a donuts graphs. It will display in the form of donuts graphs. Like service level, you will get the prices. Location level, you will get the prices. Resource group, you will get the prices that we are going to discuss next slide, sir. Okay, resource group. So you can see which service I spend more amount till now. Okay, which region I spend more amount till now, which resource group I spend more amount till now, and overall is nothing but subscriptions, sir. Hope you are getting, but You won't do all this stuff in real world, but again, I just wanted to show you, it's a building boundary. Resource subscription is a building boundary, and it is a administrator boundary. Means you can control the access, you can control, you can grant the permission, you can revoke the permission, you can control from the subscription level. From the subscription level, you can control. It is a building boundary, it is a resource container, it is a administrator boundary. Means you can control the access, and and it is a deployment boundary, resource deployment. You can deploy whatever resources you want on that subscription. You can go and deploy, sir. And each subscription can have different billings and different payments. So that's what I told you, right? In production, I can go for every 3 years. In development, I can go for 1 year. In UAT, I can go for every 2 years. And you can payment also in different ways, sir. Okay, you can pay via cash. You can pay via account. You can pay via check. You can change all that stuff based on your need, based on different, sir. Okay, and one more point you need to remember is each subscription has a subset to quota. This is little bit very important, sir. Okay, this is little bit very important. There is a quota, but you no need to worry, sir, as a database administrator. But when I used to train Azure admin, I used to train Azure admin as well. But later on, very hectic to train all this. Means I am not getting time to spend more time on Azure SQL database. Then I stopped the Azure admin. I strictly with Azure SQL database. So there is a limitation for subscription, sir. Okay, nothing but quota. So uh, for example, if you go for resource groups, okay, you can deploy maximum 800 resource groups. Okay, if you go for where cache, let me show you one thing, sir. Okay, for example, yeah, API management limitation. For example, sir, if you go for API managements, okay, cache size is 5 GB. There is a limitation. There is a limitation, but I wanted to extend that limitation. So almost 5 GB is consuming. I want more cache size. Now you need to contact the Microsoft. That time, okay, that time what you need to do, you can go to the new support request, and you can create a case to the Microsoft engineer will contact you to get your what issue you are facing, and he can fix the issue, sir. He can extend that quota for your subscription. Okay, he can extend that quota for your subscription. I will show you, sir, not now. Yeah, it is getting. See, sir, there is a quota limitation. And for example, you wanted any technical help from the Microsoft. Okay, you can also create a technical issue. So for example, you are unable, you got stuck somewhere in Azure SQL database, in Azure MI, in Azure VM. You can also create, but I hope mostly no one will contact because you are under free trial subscription. Okay, but in real world, if you are under pay as you go model, right? Definitely Microsoft engineer will contact you, and they will help you to fix the issues, whatever issues. Okay, so there is a limitation. There is a limitation. Please make a note, sir. There is a limitation, and whenever whenever you are working with a portal, no need to worry, sir. You can directly choose the subscription. But when you are working with command line, so for example, you are writing PowerShell, you are writing Shell script, you are writing Python, you are writing R language to make automation to deploy the services, that time subscription ID is very important. Subscription IDs. Again, this is very important, sir. You need to remember when you are specially working with programmatic and you are deploying the services, you are creating the services using programmatic algorithm, then you should use subscription ID, not subscription name. Not subscription name, sorry. Not subscription name, sir. Come on here. Oh, escape, sorry. Okay, you should use subscription ID. This is your subscription ID. So this ID you need to use when you are using programmatic. When you are using programmatic, this is the account you need to use, sir. This is the subscription ID you need to use. But when you are deploying everything from the portal level, you can select the subscription name. You can select the subscription name. Hope you got it, everyone. Yes, no. This concept is applicable only on Azure, sir. There is no concept called subscription in AWS or Google Cloud or Alibaba Cloud. This is completely for Azure, strictly for Azure. So once you connect to the portal, the first job your is you need to create the subscription. You need to create the subscription. Questions? No? Yes? Are you there, everyone?
Yes. So for a single account, can we create multiple subscription?
Yes, sir. You can create multiple subscription. Yes. In real world, they may create multiple subscriptions, sir. In real world again, but they can also work with a single subscription. That is up to their visa. You will see multiple subscription, or you can see a single subscription. Once we walk through the portal, you will get to know, sir, one by one.
The subscription means it's like a instance in the SQL server.
No, 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 no. It's not related to SQL.
Okay,
It's
sir.
not related to SQL again. Okay, don't
It is a
get confused. I am not discussing anything about SQL, sir. This is completely Azure admin concept. Completely Azure admin means completely Azure portal. Once you
okay.
connect to the Azure, you need to create the subscription. Later on, you can play whatever you want. Okay, this is not related to SQL. Without this knowledge, if you place Azure related stuff in the in your resume, and once you got opportunity, that will become so challenge for you, sir. Okay, so this is the general knowledge you must and should know. Everyone must and should know as a Azure cloud providers. As a Azure, you are learning Azure, you must and should know either you are a data engineer. Sir, if you starting journey in Azure, you must and should know first concept is subscription. Without subscription, you can't do anything. That's what I told you, right? It is a container, it is a billing boundary, it is administrator boundary, it is a resource deployment boundary. You can use for different payments, different billings. It is a limitation. Okay, and you can also create multiple subscription. You can also create multiple subscription. How the hierarchy will looks like means, okay, how the hierarchy looks like means. So, for example, I will share this URLs to you, sir. Okay, basically, okay. So this is the hierarchy, sir. And on top of subscription, there is a concept called management group, but mostly we won't use, sir, in real world because when I'm explaining, I will explain, sir. Okay, but 99% till now, I ask the people who are having more than more experience in cloud. Okay, they don't know about this concept. Firstly, okay, because we will stick with the subscription. On top of this subscription, there is one more hierarchy that is nothing but management group. Management group. But directly, you can't create the management group, sir, from the portal. Directly, you can't create the management group. Okay? You can't directly go and create the you can't directly go and create the management group, sir. You need to enable the management group. So first, once you connect to the portal, you need to go to the Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. Okay, go to the properties, go to the properties of Azure Active Directory, scroll down. Here there will be option. You need to enable this option. So mostly no one will use management group, sir. Again, but again, okay, no one will ask. Okay, but you just remember, sir. On top of subscription, also there is one more hierarchy that is nothing but management groups. Okay, basically, if you are having multiple subscription like a prod subscription, like Caesar, this is a prod, this is pre-prod, this is dev. You can create a dev, you can create a test. That is up to your visa, because each subscription you want to do uh, um, go for different payments, different billing method, different policies, different security complaints, because production need to be more secure, right? Okay, so instead of keeping everything in a single shot, you can create a prod, non-prod. Non-prod means it can comes into the dev, sat, UAT, pre-prod, staging, bill. You will get different environments. You can keep everything in a non-prod, and you can apply different policies. You can keep a prod subscription. You can apply the different policies. Not SQL, sir. Again, Azure admin people will take care of all this stuff. Okay, this is how your subscription will work. I hope you understood now, Chandra.
So
Yes,
actually, Subbu, one more doubt, Subbu. Like for example, you are defining the subscription, right? For what kind of services we need and what kind of amount we need. So we have to provide them, right? Azure
No, sir.
administrator will.
No,
Uh,
no. You not at all involving all this stuff, sir. You never. You will just deploy your service. So, but what your role is, which subscription, which resource group you need to deploy, which
okay.
subscription, which resource group. That's it, sir. These are all you no
But
need
we
to
want to
worry.
know, right? We want to know, right, regarding that subscription. What are the services they're having? We then only we can able
Sir,
to deploy, right? For example,
good.
we are going to.
Let's give you one example, sir. You are
Okay, okay.
we are not only one person who is working in this project, right? You are having Oracle,
Yeah,
you are having PostgreSQL, you are having data science, data factories, lot of things. So whenever your application team is coming to you, they will come up, hey, go and deploy Azure SQL database under this subscription, under the resource group. That's it. They will come
okay.
up. Or definitely you when you are taking KT, when you are taking KT, you should ask, hey, how when you once you connect to the portal, once you connect to the portal, you will see how many subscriptions are available. You can open and you can see. For example, if you'll see only one subscription, means everything they are going to deploy here itself. If you'll see multiple subscription, okay, in case, uh, okay, you can ask them, hey, which subscription is for production? Is there any specific environment level you divided this many subscription? That type of questions you should ask to the while you are taking KT, sir. That's what I
Okay,
am
okay,
telling.
got it.
My main intention is you should get more knowledge on project, not technical.
Okay,
Technical,
okay.
you can search, you can get somewhere. But process, I too don't know, you too don't know, no one knows, sir, until you take it. Correct?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
So first, when you are taking KT itself, you need to take, if you see multiple subscription, okay, you need to get all that stuff. I'm going to explain one by one, sir. Okay. So because you should understand hierarchy, sir. That is what my main intention, rather than directly going for why Subbu sir is telling all this stuff. Okay, this is very important, because if you wrongly deploy, then gone. Correct? Correct? Right,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah,
You should
yeah,
not
yeah.
wrongly deploy. It's not like on premises, sir. Okay, it's like cloud. So you have some hierarchy. You need to follow that hierarchy. What is that hierarchy? Go to the portal, go to the subscription, go to the resource group. You need to deploy the services. Okay, that is the first thing, sir. Now we are having different subscriptions, sir, like enterprise subscriptions. Okay, so the enterprise subscription means real world, sir. Okay, in real world they will purchase the enterprise subscriptions like uh, EA dot Azure. You can't open, sir. EA dot Azure. Okay. .com is an enterprise level. When you see EA dot Azure .com, it is an enterprise level subscription. Enterprise level subscription. When you see ea.azure.com, then you need to think, okay, this is my enterprise level subscription from the Azure portal. Enterprise level. Okay, definitely there will be certain things, sir, uh, like discounts. If you go for enterprise level, definitely will get some kind of discounts, right? Yes or no? And you will see the reseller subscriptions. You will see the partner subscriptions. Partner. Okay. Hanu is the best partner to the Microsoft, sir, in India. If you go for in India, Hanu is the one of the biggest partner. Hanu Hanu is the one of the partner. Even when you place your resume in the Naukri or Monster or LinkedIn, you will get chance to work in Hanu, sir. Anu is one of the biggest partner. Okay, one of the partner, not a, one of the partner to the Microsoft. So either you can go to the Microsoft to get the subscription, all these details, or you can go to the Hanu and you can also get the subscription from Hanu. From Hanu also you can get the subscription because he's the one of the partner. But again, the charges will differ, sir. Definitely, if you are directly going, if you are indirectly going, the prices will differ, right? Yes or no? Are you getting? Anu is the one of the partner to Microsoft. So you can go to the Anu and you can also get the subscription from Anu. You can directly go to the Azure, you can get the subscription. That is up to your wish, sir. Like this, you are having enterprise subscriptions, you are having reseller subscriptions, you are having partner subscription, you are having personal subscriptions, you are having educational student subscription, you are having pay as you go model subscription. You are having pay as you go model subscription. Pay as go subscription.
Can you please give an example of reseller subscription, like
Like
how it works?
markets,
Uh-huh.
market people, like retailers, right? The who is selling the retailers in the market. They can also they will talk to Microsoft and they will get some subscription from them and they can sell the subscriptions. They can sell the subscriptions, sir. In simple terms, they will go to the see. If you go to the supermarket, sir, what they are going to do, they will get the products from somewhere who is getting wholesale, right? And they will
Mhm.
sell the products with the some profit. Like same resellers, what they will do, they will talk to Microsoft and they will get the subscription and they can sell the subscriptions.
So this is same like partners, na, like Hanu is also doing the same.
Yes, yes, almost same only, sir.
Okay.
But I never see reseller subscription till now.
Yeah.
But I know about partners, I know about enterprise, I know about
uh,
personal. But again, this is see naming, sir. At was at least you
mhm.
know something. I am not telling you are strong everything, okay, and you will get a chance to work everything in a project. Again, no, sir. Yesterday, one student, one not a student. I don't call him as a student. He's one guy who pinged me, and next month he's traveling to Australia. Okay, he's having good experience in complete Azure SQL. Okay, but he's asking he's not strong in some concepts, some concept, because that's what, sir. No one will get everything to work in a single project. Bullshit. If you're getting, then you are most luckiest person. Hope you are understanding what I mean to say. So gathering the information is very important. I mean, learning from the blogs, learning from somewhere is very important. Get some ideas and implement in the project if you get a chance. Okay, so reselling and partner subscription. Not only this, sir. Even you can get mm, what I mean to say, Office 365 subscriptions, Visual Studio subscriptions. Okay, sir, you need to purchase the Visual Studio subscriptions. Okay, you need to purchase the Visual Studio subscription. You need to purchase Office 365 subscription. That time also you will go on contact Microsoft and get the subscription and pay the amount how much they are going to charge, sir. Like same, all these are subscriptions, sir. But try to remember, once you connect to the portal, you need to create the subscription. This is Microsoft portal. You need to create the subscription from the portal. When you click on create a subscription, you have retail subscription, You have pay as you go subscription and you are having student subscription. Sir, for example, if you are having EDU account, come on, sir. What? It's not writing. Oh my God, why it is not writing? Okay, sir. 1 second, it's not writing. So if you are having EDU account, sir, okay. If you are having EDU account, let me EDU account, education student account, sir. Okay, Aram say you can go and deploy. You can go on, sir. Okay, you will get some YouTube. Okay, I am also. Everyone is trying to create the EDU account. In case, okay, go and search in Google how to create the EDU account. If you are lucky to create the EDU account with help of any YouTube channel, then you are so lucky, sir. You will get the uh, free trial subscription, not like a limitations or 1 month. Okay, you will get almost 1 year. I hope 1 year. So if you have time, go and search in Google and search for how to create EDU account. Only one thing, sir. Okay. When you are creating EDU account, they will tell you multiple blocks to get some details. Okay, random details. Whatever the details you are filling when you are creating EDU account, please save in the somewhere Excel or Notepad somewhere, sir. Okay, please save somewhere because once this account is created, if you wanted to verify again, it will ask this these details. Okay, by my bad time, I my account got created, but I forget to save these details like SSN number, social security number. In US, there will be one number like for India we are using Aadhaar card, PAN card, right? Like in US, they will use one number called social security number. I got the social security number from third party block and I provided the social security number. It got created and I got the mail, but I am login. It is asking to verify SSN number, but unfortunately I forget to save that SSN number. Then gone. Next time onwards, I'm trying my best, but it is not creating. Too worst. I lost. Okay, you if you're lucky, try sir once in the YouTube. Try to create. Okay, everyone. If it got created, luck. Okay, clear sir. How many subscription you are having? Okay, you are having enterprise subscription, you are having Visual Studio subscription, you are having pay as you go subscription, you are having partner subscription, you are having student subscription, you are having a free trial subscription, you are having reseller subscription, you are having Office 365 subscriptions. Okay, but if you want to work anything from the portal, you need a subscription, sir. Without subscription, you can't do any deploy anything, nothing from the Azure services, sir. Okay, that is the one thing. Now, finally, once you create the subscription, you need to create the resource group. Okay, earlier, sir, before 4 to 5 years ago. Okay, before 5 to 6 years ago, sir, Microsoft is following the classic approach. Okay, classic means you are directly deploying the services. Now Microsoft is came up with the ARM, Azure Resource Manager, Azure ARM model. Now we are not at all using classic approach. Now we are using ARM model. What do you mean by ARM model? Means Azure Resource Manager. Means first we will create the resource group. First we'll create a resource group. Under the resource group, you will maintain the resources. Under the resource group, you will maintain the resources. This resource group is so important. And even sir, you are a DBA, they may ask you a question, what is resource group? Resource group is contain the collection of resources which are placing under a specific region. A region that is very important, sir. When you are deploying a resource, when you are deploying VM, when you are deploying Azure SQL database, when you are deploying Azure MI, when you are deploying Azure Data Factory, when you are deploying Azure Synonyms, Azure synonyms, where you are going to deploy, sir, which region, which location I want to deploy, where you are specifying. On subscription you are not specifying anything, sir. Sorry, on subscription you are not specifying anything. See, subscription is just a container of resources. You are not specifying any region, any location. So where you are specifying that location, where you need to deploy your resource, where you need to deploy your resource under the resource group. When you are creating resource group, you will deploy the location and make sure that your resource group, your resources should be part of same region. Otherwise, you may face lot of difficulty in the networking. Networking, sir. I will show you practically. Okay. So resource group is nothing but collection of resources where we can keep all the resources under one container. Okay, you can create multiple resource groups like a prod resource group, dev resource group, stage resource group, or you can create like VM resource group. Okay, SQL resource group, MI resource group, ADF resource group. Okay, Azure synonyms resource group. So easily you can segregate. Okay, by seeing this resource group you can know, okay, this resource group belongs to VMs, this resource group belong to SQL, this resource group belong to MI, this resource group belong to Azure Data Factory, this resource group belong to Azure Logic Apps. Okay, you may also get chance to work with the Logic Apps sir, in real world to run the pipelines, because that Logic Apps running the pipelines for Azure SQL database, Azure Data Factory. So in case that Logic Apps are getting failed due to Azure SQL database access, then we need to troubleshoot. We need to troubleshoot, sir. That's what again. It's a not a easy to complete in 45 days advanced level also, sir. When I need to complete all this stuff and again rest of the concepts, still there are a lot, right? So timing is very important. That's the reason we are choosing whatever the major concepts which really you need in real world, we are highlighting, sir. But you may also get chance lot in real world, sir. That time you should not tell, okay, I don't know. Yes, you can tell, but you should learn, sir, by yourself. At least you need to take help from the people who are having knowledge in your project. Okay, do some research, get the knowledge, and don't implement, sir, and review first go through all that stuff, then before you try to do something, get help from any one of your team members. I hope you are getting right what I mean to say. Everyone, whenever we are talking to the students, okay, especially who are reaching, okay, always they will come up with, hey, too much. Then what about the subject? They are not looking about the subject, sir. They are just looking for the price. I hope you are getting right.
Yes.
No one is looking about the subject. Everyone is looking about the price. Lots and lots of new stuff is there, sir. Still, we have to cover. That's the reason we are making public sessions. It's very difficult to cover everything at one shot. So most probably next week you will get at least minimum three videos, sir. One is on how to install Visual Studio, how to install data tools, how to install SSRS, SSIS projects, okay, from the Visual Studio, that you will get it. And you may also get chance to get how to install Power BI, how to configure Power BI, and how what activities will do. All that stuff will get in public, so that at least you are having idea, a bunch of ideas. And that's it about resource group and subscription, about Azure retail subscription, sir. Any questions? Any questions before I walk through the portal little bit? No? Yes? Are you there, online people?
Yeah, yeah.
No questions? Okay. Now, sir. Sir, once you connect to the portal, okay, once you connect to the portal, this is how the portal looks like, sir. If you wanted to go to the home page, you can directly click here. It will directly take it to the home page. Wherever you are, it will go to the home page, sir. And here you can search whatever the resources you wanted to deploy. Here you can search, so for example, SQL. For example, SQL. If you search for SQL, you will see all the SQL related services. See, SQL database, SQL Server, SQL LSQL, SQL MI instance, SQL virtual machines, SQL Trust database, dedicated SQL pools, SQL Azure Arc, and you will see marketplace. Okay, you will see marketplace resources. Along with you will see the documentation. You no need to go anywhere, sir, to search in the block. So search for SQL. Go to what is Azure SQL. When you go here, you will get complete related to the Azure SQL. You no need to go anywhere, sir. You can get the blocks from the portal itself. That is one of the main beauty with the portal, sir. You can search any services here. Like for example, I wanted to deploy um, NIC NIC card, network interface card. So you can search here, and you can get the network interface card related documents here. Here itself you can get it, sir. Okay, or else you can go to the bridge, and you can go to the all services. Okay, you can see all the services which are Microsoft is offering. Okay, AI services, mission level language service, analytics service, compute service, containers, databases, DevOps, general, hybrid, okay, identity, integration, Internet of Thinking, management, okay, migrations. So you will see lot of services. Again, if you click here, for example, we are a database administrator. If you click here, see sir, Azure SQL Database, Azure Server, Elastic Pools, MI, and Cosmos DB, Cosmos DB Mongo, Azure Cosmos for MongoDB, okay, and MariaDB, MySQL, and PostgreSQL, and you will see Azure Arc, okay, and if you go for Azure Cache for Redis, migration service, trust database, okay, you will see lot of services related to Azure, sorry, databases not only for SQL, sir. You can deploy MySQL, you can deploy PostgreSQL, you can deploy MariaDB, you can deploy Cosmos DB, you can deploy MongoDB, okay. So lot of stuff you can do it, sir. And when you go to the computes, you can deploy the VMs. So if you wanted to deploy the virtual machines, okay, if you wanted to deploy the host groups, there are a lot. Again, there are a lot of services which is Microsoft is offering, okay, based on your role, sir. What is your role? You are a database administrator, you are a data engineer, or you are a mission level language, or you are artificial intelligence, or mm, your analytics team. Okay, if you go for analytics team, you will get Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Lake, okay, HD Insights, Azure Databricks, Azure Data Lake. These are the four services I'm talking, sir. One, two, three, four, along with Azure Synonyms, sir. Okay, along with the Azure Synonyms. Yeah, this one's are Azure Synonyms. This is the game changer now. This is the game changer, and one more service is also coming, sir. That is what I heard from one of our student who is in US. He is working in Azure Data Factory only, and his relative is also in this shift only. Who is that? Gurman. Yeah, Hey, hi. So Dave is asking about you only now. Okay. Yeah, I will talk after this session is recording. I'm so sorry. Okay. So uh, whatever services you wanted to go on, whatever you learn something in on-premises, sir, and you wanted to implement in cloud, you can go and learn those services in cloud, sir. Almost same only. Okay, but here and there little bit change. Here and there little bit change, sir. So especially if you wanted to become analytics, uh, that's what I told you, right? Azure Synapse, Azure Data Factory, almost same, sir. Okay, Azure Data Lake, Azure Storage Account, almost same. Azure Data Lake, almost same. And Azure Databricks, little bit complex, sir. You need to know coding, PySpark or Spark or PySpark, Spark or Python or SQL. You need little bit coding, sir. Okay, like there are a lot of services, almost 200 plus services Microsoft is offering, sir. These many services Microsoft is offering. You will see some services are preview. Preview is nothing but under development, sir. Preview is nothing but under development. But you will see over the years, you will see previews are sometimes okay. Preview is nothing but that service is still under testing phase. Can I use that service? Yes, sir, maximum. But sometimes we won't recommend in real world for preview because that is still not yet completely designed. Okay, it is in development phase. Okay, and you may also see couple of services called classic. So when you go to here, when you go to the home page, sorry, when you go to the create resource, okay, when you go to the databases, let me search here, sir. um, we no, some services you will see a bracket called classic. That classic services don't use, sir. Those are old services. Okay, we should not encourage to use the classic service, but we can use the um, previous services as well. No issue, but try to avoid in the production servers. That that is not a best practice. So these many services Microsoft is offering. These many services Microsoft is offering, you can go and you can deploy. Can I need to learn everything? No, sir, no one can learn everything, sir. What is your technology? Based on that, you need to go respect to service. As we are a SQL database administrator, we will learn Azure SQL database, Azure SQL, okay, and SQL on Azure VM, SQL on Azure VM, and Azure mi, and we are also starting our journey in PostgreSQL, right? You can also learn how to deploy PostgreSQL in Azure. Okay, so related to your services, you need to go and deploy and learn. Sir, apart from I'm not telling you should learn everything in Azure. It's highly impossible, sir. Okay, so that's it about the services which is offering by Microsoft. And this is your cloud cell. From the portal level, if you wanted to perform automation using command line, okay, you can use shell script, you can use PowerShell. Once you click here, it will create one storage account for you, and you can whatever you want to do, you can do it from command prompt. Whatever you are doing from portal level, you can do it from command prompt. Means you no need any third party tool to perform CLI command line. Within the portal there is a cloud cell. From the cloud cell you can make some automation using PowerShell. You can make automation using shell script. You can do it, sir. This is the one of the interesting concept, cloud cell. Okay, and this is about the directories, directory, and this is very very important. Okay, it's very difficult to understand right now. Okay, whenever I am discussing Azure Active Directory, again I will come back, sir. Directories very very important. Okay, subscription directory, both are different, sir. Both are different, don't clumsy. Okay, so when once you log into the portal, by default Microsoft will create one directory for you. By default Microsoft will create one directory for you. That is nothing but default directory. Default Active Directory Microsoft will create, sir, by default. And that directory you will get one tenant ID. You will get one tenant ID. One tenant ID. By default, you will get one tenant ID. By default, you will get one directory. One directory, sir. But you can also create you can also create multiple tenants. You can also create multiple directories, multiple active directories, or multiple directories. You can create one more directory. So, in case in your projects they are creating multiple directories, how I came to know Subhum is you can go here, click here, you will see how many directories are available. So, for example, you should ask if you are having multiple directories, you should ask under which directory I need to go, under that directory, which subscription I need to go, under that subscription, which resource group I need to deploy. Sir, any confusion? This is very, very important, sir. This is very, very important. Under which directory, which subscription, which resource group I need to deploy my service. That information you should get. If you are having only one directory, one subscription, not at all worry, sir. Not at all worry. Then you need to directly go to which resource group I need to deploy. But if you are having multiple directories, you can switch here. Click here, switch the directories. You can switch the directories. When you click the switch here, again it will route to here only. Either you can go to here or you can go here and switch the directories. Means multiple direct. Would you? That's what, sir. I will discuss more on Azure Active Directory session. Okay, uh, little bit so that you can understand. Again, sir, this is completely out of your scope. But again, you should little bit knowledge, sir, because in real world these are the hierarchies you should follow, sir. Otherwise, definitely you will face a lot of difficulty that leads any escalations on you, sir. Hope you are getting. Are you there, online people?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And whatever you are deploying the services, you will see in the notifications, sir. Whatever deploying services, you will see notification here, notification window, sir. And if you want to change the settings, okay, okay, if you wanted to change the appearance, you can change, sir. So I want to completely black screen. You can change and you can apply whatever you can play, sir, with themes. And if you wanted to change the language, you can change the language. And if you wanted to get the information, you can get the information. And if you wanted to sign out a notification, you can whatever things. But we don't do all this stuff in real world, sir, but just for generic knowledge I'm telling. And if you wanted to sign out, you can sign out, sir. And if you wanted to check your account, you can check my account. And if you wanted to switch the directory, you can switch the directory. And this is how a complete walkthrough of the portal, sir. Any questions? No? Yes?
Yeah, hi Subbu. Is the subscription part of the default directory or the default directory is part of the subscription?
No, default directories are first. Once you connect to the portal, by default it will create one directory, sir. On that directory you are creating the subscription. First directory, sir, not subscription. Directory by default it will get one active directory for you. One active
Got
directory for you. I told you, right, it's a brain. First it will create one brain, sir. Later on whatever do you can do, but later on you need to create the subscription. Without subscription you can't do anything, sir.
got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Questions? No questions? Okay. If no questions, let me stop the recording. Please don't disconnect, sir.